woman ever broke up. You see what I'm saying? Are you ready? Ready. Let's go. We have fancy friends. It's a new birth. Exactly. Flash. 13. Who broke up with who, Wayne? I left. Ain't no woman ever broke up. You see what I'm saying? I left. What did he say before we got on air, Carlos? Because we recorded that too. Because we gonna put that out. What did he say? He said, yeah. Yeah, you left after we broke up. After I broke up with you. That's what happened. You supposed to leave. You ain't gonna stay, is you? I can't let you last 2023 now, dude. It could be 2026. It's gonna be the same. I broke up with you and you left the house. But I still love you and congratulations on your movie and your book. Help is on the way, Wayne. Help need to be on the way for this liar. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You better not play with me.
Hey, congratulations on your Netflix special, too. Stop.
Oh,
that Gary Owens don't got it.
I'm going to get a Netflix special and Mr. P's going to pay me.
Oh, you really... This ain't even about Wayne no more.
Not Jess. You say that man bought you a house?
Yes, he did.
Dang, that's a little messed in this whole story.
I heard that, but I was like, maybe I ain't hear that. That's after maybe she misspoke, because she said that. No,
you always tell us somebody misspeaking. That shouldn't be word now. You know, maybe she misspoke.
We missed the whole point of this. Jess has good poom poom.
It got to be.
He bought her a house.
That's kind of crazy. I'm like, damn.
Oh, Jess,
You can't really say you broke up with a girl and she get you out the house that you bought. God damn.
Yeah. And no, because that is not the right narrative that I want to be painted here. I didn't kick him out. We are both adults, and we were very adult about the situation. I felt like it was too much. The relationship, it came out. I was a home wrecker, this, that, and the other. He lied, said about, the divorce or whatever. Got some lawyer to call me, tell me that everything was final and all of that. And it was just a lot that I had to deal with daily, coming at me and all of that. And he was very supportive, but he understood, and he was like, just go back to Atlanta. Yeah, I broke up. I put the breakup in place.
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right, I'm going to leave. What else you going to do when somebody say it's over?
Did you keep the keys to the house? Did you keep the house?
Yeah, damn, I kept the house, all the furniture that he put in it, everything.
God damn, proud of Jeff.
That's just what it is.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I don't live there no more. I got tenants, but yeah.
Wow, Jess.
Keep the house the man bought you. Didn't go buy your own house. That's boss.
Hello.
Whoa. Stay away from me.
Stay away from me. Said you left. You said you left. Said you left. I broke up with you.
No, I'm not from Broward. I'm from Palm Beach.
No, I'm from Palm Beach. I'm from Palm Beach.
Oh, yeah. So there is something that some of the...
Why has Jay-Z been coming up with you lately?
What is the rumor? I think it was All-Star Weekend in Vegas.
Yeah.
They done put a sponge in the toilet. Okay.
I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front, so they went to the back, and there was a bunch of old and young boys back there, all naked in the Wade house.
Wait, hold on. What exactly was going down at Dwayne Wade's house? They were doing what to boys and upcoming rappers? Who exactly was involved?
Meek Mill, Bashir Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one in Satan.
That right there was Jaguar Wright exposing all the dirty things that went down or still go down at the Wade house. All while doing a lot of exposing about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house. And young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
Well, according to Jaguar Wright, when Will and Jada were not doing whatever they were doing at their place, they were over at the Wade house where the same things went down. And by the same thing, I mean rich older men taking advantage of younger men and women, including those in the entertainment industry, mostly rappers. And I am not just making things up, by the way. Back in the day, Dwayne Wade's former business partner, Baron Richard von Houtman, exposed Wade with a myriad of allegations. He said that he got sucked into doing business with Dwayne because he had a first-class media persona and people viewed him as the new Michael Jordan. Richard said that Wade was that good guy, father of the year and celebrity who had his head on his shoulder. But he found out after a year he was nothing like that. According to Richard, Wade used an apartment to host adult parties with his entourage during his marriage, and he even went into the details of the apartment, saying it was a 4-bedroom place on the first floor of a high-rise. One day, I got a call from my cleaning crew at the apartment. I went down there, and what I saw was disgusting. The apartment was trashed, filthy, and it wasn't the first time. Apparently, they'd have those parties there 2 or 3 times a week, and there were always dozens of people there, including rappers, Dwayne Wade and his entourage, and men and women they picked up in the clubs. He even described the scenes after a party, saying there were used condoms on the floor of the bedrooms, obvious signs of activities on all of the beds, empty champagne and hard liquor bottles, nearly finished blunts, and half-eaten food rotting on tables and furniture. And Miss Gabrielle Union was not innocent, by the way. Reportedly, Wade also took her to the parties, and within no time, she was part and parcel of whatever was going on. No wonder a lot of people say they find the couple a bit questionable. Anyway, around the same time Richard made the allegations, Wade's ex-wife, Sayvon Funches Wade, claimed in their divorce case that Dwayne gave her an undisclosed STD caught outside of their marriage. Apparently, Wade, who is known as one of the most religious Heat players, isn't what people worldwide think he is. Well, it's highly likely that the STD was contracted in one of those wild parties that Wade happily hosted. But were these parties like wild gay parties? So this conversation about Dwayne Wade hosting gay parties has been going on for years, and it doesn't help that people have also speculated over the years that he is on the down low. In fact, he fueled those speculations himself during a 2021 interview with I Am Athlete, where he revealed that he used to wear his sister's heels and clothes when he was a kid.
Like I said, when me and my wife looked at each other, right? And the reason we looked at each other is because of this, as kids, I used to put on heels. I used to do all those things. I try to put on whatever my sisters wear, what my sisters did, I try to do those things.
Well, one person who certainly suggested that Dwayne is gay is Boosie, who shared a post on Twitter where he wrote while targeting Gabrielle Union, LOL, the whole world know I love women, and the world know your husband love D. I hope you don't think blacks look at y'all like a power couple. They don't. I had refused to talk about y'all in interviews, and here you go. Go bang him with that D and wait on the script, you little white girl. Sheesh. And in case you were wondering whether Boosie just woke up and wrote that, he was actually referencing an interview of Gabrielle Union on Live Talks LA. During the show, Gabby addressed Boosie's past criticisms of her transgender stepdaughter, Zaya, saying,
You got a lot of on your mind. Something you want to just go ahead and tell us. Is it safe to say?
No, for real.
We should be your sanctuary.
And speaking of Zaya, they received a lot of hate for her as well. Just for a bit of background, Zaya initially identified as gay before she came out as trans in 2020.
Zaya, early on, she was the one who sat down with us, the family, and said, hey, I don't think I'm gay. I identify myself as a young lady, but she's known that for 9 years.
Dwayne Wade then filed a petition with the Los Angeles County Superior Court to have her name legally changed. However, Zaya's mom, who was married to Dwayne from 2002 to 2010, asked the courts to deny his petition in an objection that her lawyers filed. She actually said that Wade was pressuring their child to move forward with the name and gender change in order to profit from business opportunities that Zaya was offered, and argued that Zaya should wait until she's 18 to decide if she legally wants to change her name. Again, Wade clapped back in another statement saying, in part, while none of us are surprised by Sayvon's attempt to fight Zaya's identity and her unwavering attempt to drag my name through the mud, I'm very disappointed that she continuously finds ways of censoring herself and her needs without regard to her children. Well, according to some users online, those are just repercussions of possibly exposing their child to the wild parties at a very young age, who apparently knew her identity when she was just 3 years old. Crazy, right? Now, anyone who has been around long enough also knows that gay parties hosted at the Wade Mansion and others are not nothing new at all. And for those who can recall, it actually came up a lot during the Amber Heard-Johnny Depp case. And Jessica Reed is the one who spilled the tea when she wrote in an article the relationship between Amber and Elon Musk goes all the way back to 2011 when Elon and his wife were hosting similar parties. It's all just one big twisted web, y'all. The article also said that circle favorites like Amber were tasked with bringing young, mostly queer people to the party. And based on someone who even gave their personal accounts, a lot of the time they were given substances before attending the parties. So they had no idea what was going on. Apparently, the parties are usually fueled by insane amounts of MDMA and mostly feature costumes and satanic themes and weird acts conducted on stages in front of the attendees of the party. Yikes. In fact, a celebrity who attended the parties told Jessica over the phone everyone knew the girls were there to entertain socially inept billionaires. And another source also told Jessica that she had seen videos with what appeared to be underage people invited by rich men in compromising situations. But also explained it was complicated because a few people in those videos were also some of the same people involved in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. And a whole bunch of other people were the who is who in Hollywood, including directors, producers, athletes, and A-list artists. The article even went deeper to describe how blindfolded participants met at a designated spot and were shuttled to a remote location where cell phones were confiscated at the door, and performers dangled from treetops. Sounds like something I've seen in movies, but considering it's all happening in Hollywood, I'm not that surprised. And apparently, Dwayne Wade was part of that elite circle all along, together with Will and Jada Smith. You know they don't call it Holly Weird without a reason, because that's hella weird. Obviously, Dwayne Wade is not about to come clean on anything, but let me know your thoughts about this whole situation in the comment section below.
My real goal, after sitting in prison from 18 to 21, was I was going to be a porn star. And I was going to make a lot of money being a coxswain. So I was going to go back to Huntington Beach. I was in Orange County. I heard about this magazine called the LA Weekly. And LA Weekly got all kind of stuff. They got girls in the back of the ear. Call me. I'm hot. They have a little ad back there.
Rapper 50 Cent is attacking Terry Crews for not being a real man.
I have seen my husband put people on the floor.
Just muscles everywhere.
But 50 got shot 9 times and survived.
Almost fucked your life for fun. It's impossible to be more manly than me.
And why is 50 calling him out for backing down when he was assaulted?
Questioning why he didn't defend himself while his wife stood next to him.
And she said, I'm done. I don't know who you are.
Everything.
You didn't do anything. You didn't push him off. He was like, no one's ever gonna believe you. Called me weak. You're not a man. He froze like he was afraid. Anybody got a problem with that? You can come see me.
But is 50 Cent right about Terry?
People mocked him for this whole situation. God gave you muscles so you can say no. He don't even seem like a tough guy no more. And people say, we should just forget it. No, I'm not gonna forget it.
Now Terry is hitting back, exposing 50 Cent.
You wanna talk about manliness? His family is never there with him. He's always by himself.
He doesn't have a relationship with his son. He doesn't have any friends.
When you go to Putt Shack, you're bound to find several different putts analogies. First up is the wild card. They have no coordination and no skill, but they somehow always seem to get a hold of it. Next up is
He's by himself.
He doesn't have a relationship with his son. He doesn't have any friends.
But he also has nothing to lose.
Don't make it so his mouth can't work.
he just wants to see you stop.
50 Cent took a shot at you, it's over. I killed him.
Why didn't he fight back?
One of my earliest memories is my father knocking me down. My mother's on the ground. The example of manliness that I have to look up to is towering over her and all of us. I'm 4 years old and I can't do anything. I would wake up screaming, wake up glass breaking, shouting, and I just wanted peace.
Terry swore he'd never end up like his dad, but as he got older and stronger, he used his physical strength to dominate the people around him.
I truly believe I was worth more than my wife and kids. I was ice cold. I'm the man. I run this. You better do as I say. Former NFL linebacker, 6'3", 240 pounds, just muscles everywhere.
I have seen my husband put people on the move because people want to test the big guy.
But one night when he was attacked, Terry shocked the world with his reaction.
In 2016, while at a party with my wife, I was sexually assaulted by a successful Hollywood agent. And he looked me in my eyes and he was sticking his tongue out, overtly sexually. He takes his right hand and grabs my genitals and I'm jumping like, hey, what are you doing? The way he looked at me, he was like, no one's ever gonna believe.
Men everywhere wanted to know why a guy like him hadn't fought back. And the leader of the backlash was 50 Cent.
50 Cent mocking Terry.
The little Cruz questioning why he didn't defend himself.
Terry Crews is like the Hulk. This guy's like huge. I just couldn't get how he froze like he was afraid.
God gave you muscles so you can say no.
Ain't nobody just gonna grab my nuts without getting punched. Did he fight back?
6 years before his assault, Terry's family left him when his wife discovered a secret he'd been hiding for 10 years.
My wife, over the years, she was always suspicious.
I started to hammer him. And all of a sudden, he starts coming out of his skin with these confessions. 10 years ago, I did this. 13 years ago, I did this.
I told my wife, I heard this gasp, and she said, I'm done. I don't know who you are. I was like, fine, leave. And she left. I remember her hanging on me. I said, don't come over. And then there I was. There it is. So,
What did he do?
I had went to a massage room. Cheated. You never run out of people to blame.
Terry thought he could get away with whatever he wanted. Fighting him.
He's very successful. You're talking rich, famous, popular, and I'm like, what she have to complain about? It's a good life.
It's not enough for a man to just be a provider financially and then use that as an excuse to be absent.
And you're successful, you feel like that buys you a pass. But then a small voice came to me and said, hey, it's me. What I presented to my wife was an image. I was lying the whole time. But she wasn't married to the real Terry Crews. She was married to the picture.
You saw him acknowledge that he had to change some things here.
I did not go to rehab to get caught. I went there because I needed to be a better person.
He took the money where his mouth was, and he went to see a counselor.
Eventually, Rebecca did choose to come back. I had to earn it. Me and my wife rebuilt our marriage, literally from the ground up. I know how close I came to losing it all.
But when he was assaulted, he had to choose whether to react with violence like he used to or show that he really changed.
First reaction was to be violent. And I immediately fell back. As a black man in America, only have a few chances to make yourself a viable member. I have seen many young black men who were provoked into violence, and they were in prison, or they were killed.
Sometimes you're a product of your environment. At one point, you have to say, no, wait a minute, I don't want to be that type of man.
Terry opened up about his experience, speaking at the U.S. Senate as an advocate for sexual assault survivors.
As I shared my story, I was told over and over that this was not abuse, that this was just horseplay. But I can say that one man's horseplay is another man's. What kind of man would I be to tell my kids, if someone touches you where you don't want to be touched, tell someone, and then I don't do it.
50 Cent attacked Terry for not being a real man, but he... He's coming for you with everything.
What's the plan, dog? I'm not sure. And then I don't do it.
50 Cent attacked Terry for not being a real man, but he wasn't being the man his family needed either.
50 Cent has been estranged from his eldest son for over 10 years.
I don't have a relationship.
Everything he promised, I'm going to take him to basketball games, I'm going to take him on vacation. He hasn't done any of that.
It's never been about the money to me. It's more so the relationship.
50%. I used to. You ask yourself, how long can you love something and don't love you back?
Terry showed what it means to be a real man, And he even offered love to 50 Cent instead of fighting.
I love 50 Cent. I listen to his music while I'm working out.
By using his voice instead of violence, Terry showed what true strength can look like.
Strength is not about picking things up and throwing people around. Strength comes from standing up for the weak. It's admitting you have a problem. It's admitting that you need help.
In your mind, you think that masculinity is the opposite of vulnerability, right?
It's the pride, that manliness, the hypermasculinity. It's not real. True manhood. It's beautiful.
Brendan Fraser disappeared for 10 years after being betrayed.
I almost gave my life at one point. You gotta be fucking tired of not being number one.
Rapper 50 Cent. Rapper 50.
Shit, I got into it with MJ.
Mike?
Yes. Mike signed the shit out of me.
What Jordan? Wait, it's a fuck up. Wait. So niggas really talk shit to Mike?
Man, let me tell you what happened. So I was playing in Charlotte, right? This is before, first year I got there, we got to playoffs for the first time. And so MJ loved me for that alone. But when I first got there, it was kind of rocky. You know what I'm saying? I just got traded to him. So we got our ass beat by somebody. And he came in the locker room after the game just going off on us like we need to get our shit together, right? I made some little comment or something like that. He ain't say nothing. So he came to practice the next day. Back on that shit. Yeah, y'all think y'all did something? I'm 6. Oh, he's like talking about all his accolades. Okay, take my shoes off. He gave me, what I'm saying? He wasn't just talking to me. He was talking to everybody that had his shoes off. He gave me deals and all that. Yeah. This shit kind of directed to me and Joe Wise. We the leaders of the team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Be going off.
Mike told you take his fucking shoes off.
Basically, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the shit I done done. Y'all was just going off on us right before it's on the second team in practice. And we lose.
You lying. You ain't losing, buddy.
This was 2010.
Mike shooting up.
No, whatever he had on, he came out there, got him, pushed against the guard, whoever Gerald Wallace was guarding, the 3 guard, kicked him out and got in that spot and played with the second team. My second team was flush. He just gave them niggas confidence through the roof. And he scored a couple points. You know what I'm saying? He scored a couple points, and to the point where he talked so much shit afterwards, he grabbed the ball and would dunk one on the way out. Yeah, the true story. Ask anybody that was on my Charlotte team, dog. I didn't came in there and bust ass.
Feel like shit.
One thing.
It was you like this old motherfucker just came in and did us dirty like this.
Nah, I'm a real one. This what I told myself. You can ask my parents when I got home. That's why you can go. That's why I'm wearing the shoes.
Hey, Mike had to come in. See, the fire nigga from Port Arthur, Mike came in and talk crazy. He want mama on this motherfucker out here over here. That shit, you washed up now, nigga. I know what you said. You washed up now. I don't hear that shit.
We had him.
Mike show up the next day. Take my fucking shoes off, nigga. You niggas don't deserve to play in my shit.
Hey.
You niggas. I'm in there, boy.
Hey, but let me tell you what's crazy. Let me tell you what's crazy. I had one of the best years of my career after that. We made the playoffs and all that. We finished the league, #1 defense in the league. You know what I'm saying? From that moment on, we took off. So he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more reason from basketball, him being the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He knew how to get to us.
He told y'all niggas, y'all can't guard me. Nigga, I'm 51.
We turned up after that.
They like, damn, our defense ain't shit. That's crazy, man. That's a hell of a joint, man. I ain't never heard Mike came in the locker room cook you niggas. Who was y'all starting 5?
Me, Raymond Felton, Gerald Wallace, Orange Dial, and Tyson Chandler. I think that was the starting 5.
Man, shout out to all the niggas that got cooked by 50. Fuck y'all up.
Half of us are going to learn the difference between champagne and pain. I know I have.
Who's going to take
Rapper 50 Cent is attacking Terry Crews for not being a real man.
I have seen my husband put people on the floor.
There's muscles everywhere.
But 50 got shot 9 times and survived.
It's impossible.
Don't nobody like me because I keep it so real with you. Do you know how many pussies out here that don't nobody want? No matter how you dressing up or trying to give it away, it's nobody want. And I'm just like, look how many women out here got high quality pussies that paying you the way. You ain't gonna be able to fuck them. You don't have time to meet them. I am too weak. It's so much pussy in this city they can't possibly give it all away. You heard all the excuses women make for not being able to find a nigga in Atlanta. It's more niggas in Atlanta that like women than anything. It's you. It is you. Nobody cares how good you look, how successful you are. It is you. You just not the type of chick that niggas in Atlanta like. Move this San Antonio.
Not San Antonio.
You not the shit in Atlanta. You feel entitled to it, nigga. Who validated this? Show me some notarized paperwork that proves what the fuck you're saying is true, man.
Niggas in Atlanta be liking niggas too, but ain't nothing wrong. But ain't nothing wrong with that
This
either.
why we need shit like this. You know the type of clown ass women in Atlanta? There's some fucking weird ass women out here, and don't nobody never talk about it. You know why? Because we too busy going to find one.